أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the realm of Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 260.
وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ أَرِنِي كَيْفَ تُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى قَالَ أَوَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ قَالَ بَلَى وَلَكِنْ لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي قال فخذ أربعة من الطير فصرهن إليك ثم اجعل على كل جبل منهن جزءا ثم ادعهن يأتينك سعيا واعلم أن الله عزيز حكيم.
And mention when Ibrahim said, "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead." Allah said, "Have you not believed?" He said, "Yes, but I ask only that my heart may be satisfied." Allah said, "Take 4 birds and commit them to yourself. Then, after slaughtering them, put on each hill a portion of them. Then call them. They will come flying to you in haste. And know that Allah is exalted in might and wise." The second story is that of Ibrahim alayhi salam, who did not doubt Allah's power to give life, but asked his Lord to show him the how, so that his heart might be reassured. As stated in the verse, "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead." Allah responded to him with his kindness and commanded him to take 4 birds, cut them up, then place parts of them on different hills, and then call them. By Allah's command, they returned to him alive, flying. Thus, Ibrahim alayhi salam saw with his own eyes how Allah restores life to dead bodies, increasing his faith and certainty. The absolute power of Allah over resurrection after death was clearly manifest to him, just as it is to anyone who contemplates this magnificent verse. This verse presents a third scene in the Quranic narrative, following the story of the disputing king and the man who passed by the ruined village. It introduces a noble prophet, Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he said, and mention when Ibrahim said, "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead." He said, "Have you not believed?" He said, "Yes, but I ask only that my heart may be satisfied." This is a dialogue between the Lord of all worlds and his close friend Ibrahim. Ibrahim alayhi salam was devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, upright and sincere, a seeker of knowledge who reflected deeply on all things, investigating truth with his intellect. He called upon his Lord, whom he had chosen as his close friend. "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead." This invocation indicates his acknowledgement that Allah is his creator, sustainer and controller of his affairs. His request is about the how, since he is already convinced of the fundamental truth, submissive to Allah's judgment, and a believer in resurrection and the hereafter. He accepts that Allah gives life and causes death, and is all-powerful over his servants. However, he desires to understand it by sensory perception, just as he knows it by truthful statements and logical proof. When Ibrahim said this, his Lord replied, pointing out that the ultimate goal is faith, by saying, "Have you not believed?" Meaning, are you saying this and asking about it while you have not believed? If you are a believer, then this is the utmost goal. If not, then no further proof would convince you. The verse contains a decisive argument and clear proof. Ibrahim alayhi salam replied to his Lord, "Yes, but I ask only that my heart may be satisfied." Peace of heart is calmness and certainty. Was Ibrahim alayhi salam uneasy and disturbed until he saw and perceived for himself? Disturbance contradicts faith, and doubt contradicts certainty. He had affirmed his faith, so no disturbance was present. His confusion was about how it happens, not about the truth itself. Ibrahim, as we said, was a deep thinker and contemplative, eager to understand everything. Because of this, he undertook the effort to seek out the how, needing something to dispel his confusion about the process, beyond mere belief in the fact. His question was not about doubting Allah's power, but about the manner, seeking greater reassurance of faith. Allah answered him with a practical, tangible command. He said, "Take 4 birds, then commit them to yourself, then place on each hill a portion of them. Then call them, they will come to you in haste, and know that Allah is exalted in might and wise." Most commentators interpret this noble command as Allah ordering Ibrahim, his close friend, to carry out this experiment, slaughtering the birds, cutting them into pieces, placing parts on various heights on the earth, then calling them, so that by Allah's permission they come to him flying. This practical act serves as a sensory approximation of the meaning of resurrection. The result was that Ibrahim alayhi salam saw with his own eyes the pieces of the torn birds come back alive, flying to him, a scene that sends chills through the body. This scene deepens the human soul's certainty and increases the heart's faith and submission, as Ibrahim immortalized in his statement by saying, "Yes, but I ask only that my heart may be satisfied." In this series of verses, from the king's debate to the man who was made to die for 100 years, to Ibrahim alayhi salam's question about the how, the Quran guides the reader from intellectual argument to concrete evidence to spiritual reassurance, flooding the heart with the light of certainty and making it witness with both mind and soul that Allah is capable of all things, and Allah knows best. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ